Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? My name is Tay, and welcome back to my channel, Inspire Me, where I talk about current or relatable topics, all from a godly perspective. And today's topic is called process. Starting back last year, June, I got a letter. Congratulations. And it's pretty much something I applied for, and it just said I got approved. So when I say I was just so happy, so I pretty much thought that process, which it took effect a little bit after that. I think I had like 2 months, and then that didn't, nothing did happen about that. So I had additional month and a half, I think. That opportunity was lost. So within that time frame, I was very distraught and wondering, like, okay, God, you gave me this letter of congratulations. I did a video. I didn't release it though. I did a video and I was gonna wait to post it, but nothing did come out of that congratulations. Like I said on another video a few months ago, what do you do when God gives you a promise and it has not come to pass? What you're seeing is a valley stage, a stage where you're down, you need a breakthrough, but God gave you a letter of uplifting, of elevation, of prosperity, of pretty much congratulations, but you're not seeing that. So that's pretty much what I was dealing with. Okay, now just to remind, about 4 years ago, I had my own place. Pretty much it was time for me to move, and I wanted to move in the sense because I was only in a 1-bedroom. I have 2 kids, and I was like, okay, my kids need their own bedroom, but also too, just certain things that they didn't want to renew my lease. So I was pretty much made to, from that time, when I was in the midst of packing my stuff, I remember a relative was, visiting me, and it was pretty much like, oh, where you packing to? What you gonna pack up? Like, where you finna move at? And my guess was as good as theirs, because I didn't know where I was gonna go. I think I just told them, like, I really don't know. It's like, wherever God have me to go, that's where I'm gonna go at. I didn't know where I was going to stay from a canopy or nothing like that. And at the time, like I said, I had kids and I was with, my ex. So they was like, okay, you got that faith. But from that time up until later, I was like I've been living with people before I moved. I was forced to, not forced, but, cause a lot of my family, like, they didn't live in that area. So I had to stay with him and his family, or either go with my family. However, that wasn't going to work with, my kids, going up there, and yeah, you know how it is now. So I pretty much was like, okay, I don't want to break up my little unit, so I'm going to, stay there and pray everything get better. So the first 1 or 2, I tried to apply for a place. It was like the easiest place to get into. And I kind of was thinking, like, I got denied because I previously got evicted from that places twice. But the time I got evicted, it was like, I think you got to be evicted for like 7 years or 7 years or more. It was way after that time. So I was thinking, like, okay, that can't be the reason why I got denied. And also I had their income as well. So it's like, I know I could easily get into that place. I didn't know then, but I know now that's not the place that God wanted me to be. He didn't want me to stay in that county no longer. Also, he didn't want me to be in this be with that person no longer either. So that's why that didn't work. But like I said, I didn't look at it then. I see it now. I continue to stay with that person, with their family member. Apply for Habitat Humanity. That's pretty much like a low income when they build you a home, but it's like lower income. However, when they sent me a letter back, I got denied. But me, how I am, I'm persistent, and I feel like God was telling me to, like, don't give up. I think I wrote this a little bit in my first book. So I reached out to the people again through email, and lo and behold, they gave me another chance. I went to the class, but I ended up getting denied again because they said low income, like your income wasn't sufficient. So I ain't gonna lie, I was a little distraught. But like I said, at the time, that's not where God had me to live at. I didn't see then, but I see now. Later on, that opportunity rolled around again, so I just put their name on the list as well, my name and their name, because I know that their income and my income will be sufficient. Because first time I just put my income, so I said, I know there are pastors with both of us. However, deep down in my heart, I didn't want them to be on the list with me. Like I said, I was pretty much like things wasn't getting better, and I was like, okay, I just don't want to keep this bomb. So they sent me a letter. I'm thinking I was gonna get approved, but they sent me a letter and say you got denied. When I tell you, I was just so relieved. I never thought I'd be so relieved to see a denial paper. And I don't know what they denied for. I don't know what it was for. At the end of the day, I was happy because I got denied. Like I said, I didn't want that person really on there. Thank God for that. So I still ended up, staying with them and their family member and praying that things got better. It didn't. Lo and behold, y'all know I met the other person, narcissist, and lo and behold, I moved. And you all know about that. If you didn't, check out my other videos. However, I was living with a relative. It was actually a good time, but also it was a good time because I've always been close with my grandmother. When you're your own person, your own woman, and you want to do certain things, and then I have kids, I want, like, even though my kids are not with me right now, it's like, okay, I want my kids to eventually be with me. So it's like, okay, I got to get my own place. But even then, before then, yeah, even when I first moved there, I did try to reach out for the habitat there. However, I think they denied me for low income because there was actually a house not too far from where I was staying at. That was it was actually habitat. That's the reason why I found out about Habitat too, because it was a habitat. Or maybe it could be before, but anyway, it was a house that actually had a habitat sign that was for rent. However, I think when I called them, they said the house was like rented to someone or sold to someone. However, I still tried to do it, but I got a letter saying I was denied for low income. It wasn't sufficient, so I was sad about that. But like I said, about a year, I said like another year without doing anything. Cause like I said, it was a good stretch. Everything was good, but at the end of the day, I still wanted to be my own woman and have my kids eventually. So early last year, I reached out to someone that could help me, and they was pretty much saying, I think I got on a list, but they never reached out to me. So I said, okay, even though I think I was on that list for like 2-3 months, but like I said, I needed something done ASAP. So I reached out to another place that probably could help. So they pretty much asked me, are you a veteran? I said no. I think they asked me, was I disabled? I was like, yes. So they said, okay, you can do this. So I think the next day I did what I had to do, and that's how God is for sure me favorite too, because it was something that they said I had to do, which I knew that wasn't really possible for me to get that what they said. But they was like, okay, just do this and that, and I did that, and yeah. So I'm thinking like the process would have took like at least a month or two. Within like 3 weeks, I think less than a month. That's when I got a letter saying I was approved for the next process. So when I said I was so happy, the day when I got the letter, everything was due the next day. So I'm like, if they been sent this out, I'm just not getting it. So even though I know I probably, if I would have rushed or something, I probably could have got it done. But come on now, like I said, it was due the next day. Hours later, I reached out to the person, and I pretty much just told them, like, I'm just now getting this letter. Could you give me a little bit more time to get all the information? So they was like, yeah, I'll do so. So I think they gave me like an additional like a week or so, and I got all the information. I sent it. 2 days later, that thing with the dog happened. So it's like God knew that if that would have happened with the dog before I turned all the information, I would miss the opportunity. So He allowed for me to get everything done, and then that happened with the dog. So after that happened, it was like a long prolongation, if that's a word. It was very long, and I thought like, well, what's the hold up? Like, I was very like, what's going on? I thought maybe because with the dog issue, it kind of like prolonged. Like, I don't know what, but anyways, lo and behold, a few months later, it picked back up. I went along with the process. Therefore, I had the opportunity. Now I had like 2 months. That's when I got the congratulations letter saying you was approved and everything. So thank God for that. Whenever you get a congratulations, when God tells you something that it's going to be victory, because even then, I think a little bit before that, I know how God speaks to me. He was telling me celebration or celebrate. Like, I think I got some clothes from kids. It could have been for 4th of July from last year. And on the clothes, because I'm going to send it out to them, on the clothes it said celebrate or let's celebrate. And it stuck out to me. So it's like God said celebration. But how can you celebrate when months later, when it isn't like a celebration? It looked like a mourning. And it actually was a mourning time. About a month before my grandmother passed, I seen someone on social media wearing a Packers mask. And of course, it's still for I think Tampa Bay Packers, the football team. But like I said, I know how God talks to me. So God was telling me, pack. And like I told you, I had the opportunity. So I'm like, okay, God, I'm finna move real soon. I'm finna get my own place. You telling me I'm finna pack. And I even shared this with my grandmother. And God even used her to say, I see you in your own home soon. I don't know if she said soon, but she said, I see you in your own home. God did show me Pat, but I didn't know that he was saying Pat because your grandmother's going to pass soon. And y'all not going to be in that place no longer, so you're going to have to pack and leave. I remember that Packers, and I was like, okay, that's what you saying, pack for God. So I dealt with that. I'll be dealing with that. I even had a book that I wanted to release around then, but just what I was going through, and I had got blessed with the finances then, but stuff I was dealing with, and yeah, I don't have it no more. So if the Lord's will, I still want to get that book out.